Hello guys, welcome to a new series on my channel. This is going to be called How To, and it's going to be a look into how to do some of the basics into the game, like how to get better at aiming, how to do strafing, how to do that kind of things. If there's something you want talking about, just drop it in the comments and I'll get around to doing it at some point. But yeah, this first episode is going to be called How To Get Better Aiming. I hope you guys do enjoy. So the first thing you guys want to do is make sure that your in-game mouse settings are correct. So the first thing you want to do is go to options and go to keyboard and mouse. Now you see here, these are the mouse settings that you get offered to you. You want reverse mouse to be off, so that just means if you go up with your mouse, it will go down if you have that setting on. Duck mode, it doesn't matter, ignore them. Mouse sensitivity, you want to kind of play around with for a while, turning it up, turning it down, seeing what kind of fits you more. Like I prefer a relatively slow sensitivity like 1.7 because I've got a big mouse mat and I feel like at long range I can be more accurate with it as well. Zoom sensitivity, that's only important if you're an AWPer. I just keep mine at 1, just that's kind of what I've gotten used to. Raw input, you want to have that on. If you have it off, it allows the game to interfere with what your mouse does and it kind of changes what your mouse does in the game. So having raw input on means when you move your mouse, that's exactly what happens. The exact amount you move it is what moves your crosshair / mouse right if you're in menus. Now mouse acceleration you want off as well. If you have mouse acceleration on, if I just move slightly like that, but I move it really quick, like I'm moving the exact same amount. But if I have it on, I can move the exact same amount, but because I'm doing it quickly, it will try to anticipate my movements for me. And so that there could turn into that. So it's very, very, inaccurate when you've got it on. So the second thing we're going to be talking about is warming up, making sure that you're feeling crisp with your aim and you've got your muscle memory back from sleeping or whatever you did or however long you've been off. So what I recommend doing is coming onto this map called Aimbots. I'll put a link to it in the description down below. Now when you get onto this map, there's a section of options. The first thing that I like to do is on the roof here where they're all green, if you shoot them to make them red, so them 3 there just to make them red, that hires up the walls and that puts all of the bots in this area here. So they're all right in front of you, so you don't have to worry about doing 360s and stuff to kill them. Now, there's things here. They're not really important. I don't really touch them apart from show impacts, which makes it so you can see where your bullets are landing. Kevlar and helmet, keep it the same. I keep all of that the same. Now, the only thing that I do really change is this. I choose speed 2 and AD 1 to start with. That's the first thing I do. That just makes them AD strafe. Makes them AD strafe. So once you've got all the bots in one area here, you see them AD strafing. All you do then is just really shoot them for a little bit. Like I tried to get about, I don't know, I'd probably say about 500 kills with the AK, and then about 500 kills with the M4 as well. So you're doing both. So you're doing the AK and the M4. You're doing both trainings. That's just my personal preference. So you can make your own kind of routine around it. Purely so when you go into a game, you're actually shooting people in the head. You're not, shooting just to the left there, not just to the right of them. You're actually clicking onto the faces and, shooting them. It just kind of brings your muscle memory back and helps you while you're in game. So what you need to do as well is you need to make a practice routine. So what I mean by that is something that you're going to come on, do straight away. The first thing you're going to be coming on to doing, and it's also your training routine. So you're going to know it's what's fundamental for improving aim. So you kind of want to make a training routine around what position you are. So for example, for me, I'm an in-game leader and a rifler. So I don't really want to be spending half an hour, 20 minutes, that however long on doing it up. I want to kind of just do a rifle. So the first thing that I do is I go on to an offline with bots mode. I go into aim bots here. That's what I do. I showed you that a minute ago. I get 500 kills with the AK and then I do 500 kills with the M4, and then I do 150 with the USP and 150 with the Glock. That's my first thing. Then I take like a 5, 10-ish minute break, and then I go onto community servers and I use one of these servers. Primarily, I normally use probably that one for my deathmatching. So I'll do half an hour with an AK, 15-ish minutes with an M4, and then I'll do 15 minutes with an AWP, and then after that I'll go on to a headshot only pistol, and I'll do half an hour with the USP and 15 minutes again with the Glock. Then after that, if I feel like I want to, or I'm not drained and tired from doing that, I'll occasionally go into a normal deathmatch and just do 10-20 minutes with an AWP, just so I can make sure I can use it if a situation needs me to use it, for example. But just make sure you've got a training routine that isn't too intense. Like mine's quite intense just purely because of the level of CS that I play and where I am when I play, like the tournaments that I enter. So I need to kind of do a bit more than your casual player. But if you was a casual player, I'd kind of just say maybe do 250 kills with the AK on the aim bots map, 250 kills with the M4, 50 or 100 kills with both pistols, and then just go into a deathmatch server and do 15 minutes with an AK, 15 minutes with an M4, then do like 10 minutes with a Glock or USP, and then do like 10 minutes with an AWP, or if you're an AWP, do more with an AWP than with your rifles. But just make sure it's not too intense so it doesn't get boring. Like listen to music, just chill out while you're doing it. Don't take it too seriously, but don't not take it seriously. You need to kind of get a balance where you're trying, but you're not trying to the point of where you're going to burn yourself out before you've even done your team pracs or your scrims or anything like that. So now, like, the final thing that I'm going to be talking about is free-for-all deathmatch. I'm not talking about normal deathmatch where you go into Valve deathmatch. I'm talking the community one. And basically, this is good for quite a few reasons. Mainly because you're playing against a lot better people in community deathmatch than you are in Valve deathmatch, because that's where a lot of people kind of go to learn to aim better or improve their aim. So community deathmatch is definitely a very good thing to do. Like at the minute, as you can see on screen now, I'm doing a headshot only free for all, and that's obviously where only headshots count. You can't kill people with body shots and things like that. But the opponents are very good, and personally, this is what I think has kind of took me over the edge when it comes to aiming. Has made me a lot better of a player and a lot more of a quicker aimer and more of an accurate aimer as well. It's just purely playing this deathmatch quite a lot. You are going to need to kind of spend a lot of time doing it because it is very good. I can't really think of a word, but it is very good to do. It's probably the most important thing to do if you're trying to learn to aim, because you can do the aim bots, you can do the offline, but the bots are very predictable. On free-for-all deathmatches, you're playing against real people who's all share the similar goal, and that is to get better aim. Just like you are, you're doing this to get better aim. That's the whole reason why you're watching this video. That's the whole reason why you play CS, is to get better at the game. So everyone's kind of tried. You don't really see a lot of trolls. You don't see any trolls. You don't really see cheaters. What are you playing? It's just a good place to get your aim. But be warned, it is very frustrating.
You would enjoy it. It's different.
Because most free-for-all deathmatch servers host about between like 12
to
24 people. And if you've got 24 people playing on a map, say like Dust or Cash, it's going to get very hectic and you're going to die a lot. And I mean a lot. Like there'll be sections where you spawn and die, spawn, die, spawn, die. The reason why I don't play a lot of other games, there'll be sections literally like that where you just spawn and dying. But you don't want to be looking at the kills you get when you're playing it. Like you want to be kind of focusing on I used to be improving your skills. So you want to be. Do you want to learn to one tap? Do you want to get better sprays at long range? What you coming in here to kind of refine your skills that you've been practicing, offline with bots.
Yeah.
So do your offline with bots training, and then whatever you learn offline with bots, come and do on here. Cambridge and stuff. So that's kind of like the important thing is just making sure you're not going to just go for kills and not say you look pretty on the leaderboard, so you're at the top of the leaderboard, just so you're purely getting up your skills that you need to use in the game. So you stutter, strafe in, your one tap, your sprays, your bursts, that kind of thing. Just make sure you don't go for kills.
It's completely different from Counter-Strike. That's why